Welcome to GEA Dairy Farming Insights, the infotainment podcast for the Dairy Farming Network. Join our community that takes you on a journey through the vastness of milk production, your source of knowledge and inspiration in every episode.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the GEA Dairy Farming Insights podcast. Today, we will be talking about the next generation milking. My name is Maren. I'm your host for today, and I'm happy to be joined by our global milking expert at GEA, which is Claudio Urzúa. Hello, Claudio.
Oh, Maren, hello. Thanks so much for inviting me today. I've been really looking forward to this conversation. You know, it's not every day that I get to talk about cows and technology in the same sentence. But, well, yeah, at GEA, we really see this next generation milking as more than just equipment. You know, I will say it's just a mindset shift for the future of dairy farming. Yeah, to talk about me a little bit as a kind of introduction, I started my career back in 2001 with our former Westfalia Landtechnik organization based in Osorno, Chile. And basically, I have been in the dairy equipment business, both sales and service, for already 24 years. And yeah, well, nowadays I'm part of the global milking experts team supporting our markets within the Asia Pacific region, including the Greater China. That's me nowadays.
Yeah, really many years, and you already covered many parts of the world. So you really gathered expertise from so many areas, from so many farms. Also, I'm really looking forward to our deep dive today. Yeah, so the topic is next generation milking, which sounds really like a very broad concept. We are eager to learn what's behind this, Claudio.
Yeah, well, this is a good question, Maren. The next generation milking sounds kind of a big thing, but it is actually. But at its heart, it's very simple. You know, we are trying to make milking safe, gentle, quick, and complete every single time. We're trying to combine both. We have automated milking and conventional systems, but the real focus here is on three pillars, which are efficiency, animal welfare, and sustainability. If we get these ones right, we can create a system where cows are happy, milkers are happy, and to be honest, if the cows are happy, everyone is happy. No problem?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, you mentioned these three pillars. Let's take a closer look at each of them. So, yeah, productivity is one you mentioned. Of course, we know this technically, optimizing vacuum, pulsation settings. But, yeah, what else? How do we increase in productivity?
Yeah, well, we have narrowed it down to three big benefits. The number one is efficiency, because when we fine-tune things like vacuum, pulsation, and we get the detached settings spot on, milking times go down, and that's one of the main benefits. Other health goes up, and farmers save a lot of time during milking. And as we know, time is milk. This means improved productivity, of course, and availability, which is also something that help us to minimize unexpected machine downtimes. You know, breakdowns are always in a milking system. The number two is animal welfare, and obviously a well-optimized system means less stress for cows, better teething condition, and higher milk yield. It's basically what I will say is a cow version of a spa day, but without the cucumbers on the eyes.
Yeah, good comparison.
Yeah, that's our aim. And the third pillar is sustainability. We are using durable silicone liners and shells that last longer. We cut down on waste because the longer lifespan of our liners. And also we have lowered the energy use. When a system is optimized, we reduce the milking time effectively, meaning that vacuum pumps and milk pumps run for less time. And obviously more cows milk efficiently, less environmental impact. That's a win-win for farms and the planet as well. So these are the three main pillars that, in my opinion, enable us to transition from transactional service delivery, which is what we've been very used to a more strategic outcome-based customer partnership to enhance the value of our solutions. You know, product can drive sales, but they alone cannot create loyalty.
Exactly. And I suppose with all those years of experience that you have, I think these topics have been worked on for quite some time. But yeah, these long-term relationship building is then finally, as you mentioned, the win-win situation that also farmers can gain a lot from.
That's the main idea of this new concept.
Right. I mean, all these topics that you mentioned are, of course, highly discussed when it comes to sustainability and improving efficiency on dairy farms. Another angle and topic we see is the labor issue, to find and keep and retain good staff, long time on the farm. So how does GEA address this challenge and try to support farmers here with improving ergonomics or ease workloads to really make the job of milking more attractive?
Yeah, well, that's the staffing challenge everywhere. And it's a hot topic right now worldwide. Finding skilled people is very tough. And keeping them is even tougher. That's why ergonomics is such a big part in our next generation milking. Take our new global shells. They are significantly lighter, the previous stainless steel ones. That means the less weight lifted every milking session. And of course, over the year, it's added to literally tons of less strain on milking crew. We also have work on the small but mighty details like ergonomic grips and anti-slip materials. These are the things that make life easier for seasoned milkers and help new staff to feel confident faster. Plus, by cutting down milking time overall, because of the optimization, we free up the staff to actually enjoy the day instead of just surviving it. That's also the key point of the ergonomics and these new materials that make the life for the staff easier. And also, by reducing time spent in the milking parlor through optimized milking systems, we create a more efficient workflow, which is not only an improvement for animal well-being, but also for the staff and the work day. They enjoy the milking session better and it's less exhausting for them as well. So, it's a set of different benefits as well.
So really a big relief for the people, for the milkers. But on the other hand, the cows also benefit from this concept. We have, this from around the world, we have so many variation in teat sizes or shapes across all herds. So how do we accommodate this diversity? So what impact does it have on animal comfort and welfare, the next generation milking?
Yeah, well, obviously you also been with GEA many years, and you know that cows are like people, no two are exactly alike. And herds have such a mix of teat sizes and shapes that one size fits all liners just don't work very well. So that's why our GEA Global portfolio offers a full range of liners, both rubber and silicone. And then we added clever features like anti-twist and positioning bumpers that make sure the liner fits right every time. No more twisted liners messing with the milking process, and the cows definitely appreciate that. Obviously, when you pair the right liner with the right milking parameters, again, vacuum pulsation, the temperature parameters, you get gentle, stress-free milking that keeps teats healthy and cows relaxed. And a relaxed cow is always a productive cow. That's our aim.
Yeah. And of course, the dealerships close by, so the GEA dealerships are always there to support and find the right settings. And together with you milking experts, really make sure the setup of the equipment and everything is completely perfectly adapted to the individual farm.
Yes.
Yeah, but no two farms are alike. So how do we really react to these different operational needs? I mean, there are so many farms around the world.
That's right. Yes, same as cows, farms are always different, and every farm has its own personality. Different herd sizes, barn layouts, management style, different personnel. We see it all. That's why we focus on flexibility. Whether our customers are running a small family farm or a large 24/7 operation, our systems from Dairy Robot R95,000 or the Dairy Pro Q carousel, or even our conventional parlors, can be tailored to fit. It's not about making farms fit the equipment. It's about making the equipment fit the farm. Flexibility is the key. And we offer our customers the performance partnership to achieve their success. That's what we're trying to achieve here, Maren.
Performance partnership, yes, that's a good key point to highlight and to mention here. And I think this really covers and summarizes also many of the things that you just mentioned. Do you have some examples from the field? You're out on farms quite a lot. Can you give us some feedback from customers, from farmers?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just recall of a dairy farm I visited some time ago where the customer was always complaining about long milking times, and his cows were really a bit stressed during the milking process. So I went down the pit and said to him, well, what is your current vacuum level? Have you measured your T10 vacuum? Do you know these parameters? And yeah, he didn't even know much about this. So I got my device and we conducted a dynamic test, which is measuring the vacuum under the teat during milking. And for my surprise, he was milking at 32, 33 kilopascals, which is very low compared to what we recommend, which is usually a range between 37 to 40 kilopascals. And he said, oh no, I'm always milking with low vacuum because I really care about my cow's teeth. And I said, well, yeah, but this is just creating a bigger issue. Lower vacuum doesn't really mean you caring about your teeth. So yeah, the vacuum level wasn't right. So what we did at that time, we just increased the vacuum level. We adjust pulsation parameters. We rearrange some hoses because it's not just about these three main areas, pulsation, vacuum, and detached setting, but also you need to have a look at the entire system, the length of the hoses, the operator, how the operators operate the equipment, the milking routine, etc. So it's an overall picture of what's going on there. And basically we increased the vacuum. He looked at me and say, are you sure what you're going to do? And I say, yes, completely sure. And I increased the vacuum and said, it's your risk. And I said, yes, I take the risk. And 2 weeks afterwards, I came back to visit him and he was over the moon,
Fantastic.
He cut off about 30 minutes time per milking.
Wow.
Just because we made that little increase. And obviously, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon is 1 hour less the vacuum pump running. And also he was able to free up time for his staff to perform other farm duties. That's the thing. It's optimizing, fine-tuning the milking equipment so it matches what the farmer wants to achieve. Every farmer has KPIs and we discuss with them and then we adjust the system to tailor the customer's expectations. That's what I will say. That's an example of what we can do. There are many more. We could be here 3 hours telling you. My colleagues in Europe or also in the Americas have also really good examples about what happens after an optimization. So we really recommend looking into fine-tuning equipment to achieve this efficiency we're talking about right now, Maren.
Yeah, we touched and tackled many aspects. And as a dairy farmer, if I now feel, wow, this is exactly the point that hits and that fits for me and my farm. So what could I do? What would you recommend if I want to change and improve something?
If someone's listening right now thinking, wow, sounds great, but where do I even start? My advice will be start local. Reach out to your GEA dealer. They will come in, look at your setup, work with you to create a plan from optimizing what you have to adding training and long-term support. As in the end of the day, our mission is very simple. Help farmers take their milk production to the next level, not just for today, but for tomorrow and the next generation of farmers and cows.
Claudio, this is a fantastic sentence at the end. And with all your long-term experience you are bringing into this, for me, this sounds really inspiring. I hope for all the listeners as well. Yeah, thank you so much, Claudio, for this very interesting talk. And in case you have any more questions, dear listeners, reach out to your GEA dealer if you want to learn more about this concept. Yeah. Thank you very much. Well, have a nice day.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Follow us on our social media platforms to stay updated and subscribe to our podcast so you won't miss any future episodes. If you have questions, suggestions, or even ideas for future topics, feel free to reach out. Join us soon for another exciting episode as we continue to explore the world of farming and the people behind it. Until then, keep farming and growing.